Hey guys.
I'm Kaylin and this is Gabby. We are starting a new thing where we're going to have story time with Kaylin and Gabby. Well, let's do it just for the hell of it.
Yeah, because our lives are pretty eventful.
They are, and we have tons of stories. Well, we love Big Time Rush, and our first story is going to be when we got the opportunity to meet Kendall Schmidt, one former member of Big Time Rush. And he had a tour with his best friend Dustin, so we went.
I was kind of like a last minute join on to it, but I had been waiting to figure out if I really, really, really wanted to go, or I was going to pay for to go to.
True. See, I got mine as a graduation gift, and that's the only thing that I wanted for the summertime was to be able to meet Kendall. And one of my best friends, her family got it for me, and I was so thankful and so blessed because I have met Big Time Rush one time prior, but I never got to actually speak to Kendall, so this was a nice opportunity to be able to.
I never met them, but it's okay. No.
So, let me just start from the beginning. So, this is August 24th, 2016. When I go to a show, I get super nervous, especially if I have like meet and greet of some sort. And especially if it's Kendall, because I've loved Big Time Rush since I was...
Literally since they started.
Exactly, since 2009 when they started. So it was the day of, and I was super nervous, didn't know what to wear. I actually wrote Kendall a long letter telling him everything that I wouldn't be able to say to him in my time meeting him. Cried writing it because he just helped me so much. Sort of childhood into teen years into somewhat adulthood because,
yeah.
I mean, we're young adults. Gabby lives in New Hampshire and I live in Massachusetts, so it's kind of like a drive to get to, from me to her or her to me. So she came to get me at probably like 10 o'clock because we had to be there.
We were just trying to get there.
We were trying to get there early because you never know. Alright, we're going to start from when Gabby got me.
Yeah. So I was driving here and it was like crazy and I was like not ready, but I was ready, and like it was a moment that I've been waiting for like a really long time. Like, honestly, it just made me feel closer to like Big Time Rush as a whole, even though it was just like Kendall. Like, it was crazy that it was actually going to happen.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like because you want it to happen, but you don't actually think like it could happen. And like once it happens, it's like holy shit! Like this just happened.
Yeah, and it's like you get to know him as who he is, like by himself, and I guess like you get more time to talk to him personally. Whereas, like, when
more
they were in
one-on-one
thing. Whereas when they were in the group, it was kind of just like a,
hi-bye.
I didn't meet them, but I figure it's just like a hi-bye sort of situation. Yeah. And it was a small local venue that we always go to, so it was like, we knew it really well, and it was like super easy.
See, I was gonna end up going by myself, at first because I only got one ticket. It was at the Middle East in Cambridge. We have a lot of local friends that open up there, so we know the venue very well, and I wasn't nervous about going by myself because I know some people that organize events there, so if anything were to happen, you know, I would know where I am and that I, you know, my way around. The drive there was very nerve-wracking. I mean, for me, I had a lot of emotions going through my head.
She was definitely freaking out more than I was. Like, I was just like, let's go.
Gabby tends to calm me down in situations because I tend to...
She just overthinks it a little bit.
Yeah. And I just get like, oh my god, like I can't do it. Whenever I get super nervous and about to do something like big, I always say, okay, I'm going home now. I don't actually mean I'm going home, but I walk like I'm going home because I just can't handle it in a sense.
Yeah, so we got there and it was like crazy, and you know, we park in the parking garage that we always park in, thinking like nothing of it, like walking to the venue thinking nothing of it, and like we're halfway there, like half a block away, and we like see someone and we're like,
oh shit, maybe that's
like,
Kendall.
Maybe that's Kendall. We get a little bit closer, we're like, oh, that's definitely Kendall.
So me over here, you know,
she's like freaking screaming at me. She's like,
that's Kendall, that's Kendall, that's Kendall.
My 11-year-old Big Time Rush fangirl was coming out, and I was like, Kaylin, you need to calm down. I was like, you cannot let Kendall see you like this. So we went on the opposite side of the road. Kendall was literally just standing outside in plain sight. But we walked on the side of the road, and I was like, Gabby, don't look, don't look, don't look. I fucking looked.
I didn't look.
And he waved, and he was like, hi, how are you? And I was like, oh my god. I was like, I've been waiting for this moment since I was 11 years old. I was like, oh my god, hi, Kendall, like a little girl. He like smiled and waved, and he was like, I'll see you guys soon. Like, he knew we were there for him.
So we walked around the block after, and we were like, wait, did that actually just happen? Like, we didn't expect anything of it. Like, we had meet and
No.
greet, and we're like, okay, that's gonna be like the one time we actually see him, and then that
And-
happened, and we're like, what?
And we didn't initiate it, he did. And as soon as that happened, we got around the block, I called my mom. And my mom is a literal rusher mom. She was like, oh my God, Kayla, she's like, did you get a picture? And I was like, no, Mom. Like, he was talking. My mom was so happy, you know, and we just freaked out. But that was just the beginning to our day. Like, we hadn't even got in yet. We still had like 2 hours till meet and greet, like, got in. And that was just, it started off perfect. Like, I couldn't have asked that day to start off any better than it did.
Literally. And then so we were waiting in line, and we were like just talking, listening to other people's like stories about how long they've like supported Big Time Rush and like how much they love Kendall. And we met quite a few people, and they're like super cool. Like, we met some people that had been following like his whole tour, which is like,
and that's crazy.
crazy.
Like,
Like,
they went to every single tour stop, and you know, I wish that I could do that, because we also heard like stories of
different
you know,
shows.
Yeah, like we also heard stories of how they like Big Time Rush and how much different Big Time Rush was from Heffron Drive, which is Kendall and his best friend. So we kind of heard like a bunch of different stories, but it's awesome going to those shows because you can relate to the other people, and not a lot of people like or know of Kendall other than being in Big Time Rush. And you know, that's why I love Gab, because we have a lot in common, and we
Thanks,
both do.
pal.
But
I feel
yeah.
like everyone that liked Big Time Rush at one point, like they all just got along so well. Like,
Yeah.
there was never
There was never any
any
fights.
like
Drama.
arguments or anything, drama, nothing like that. Like, everyone just loved each other like immediately, and we all were so accepting of each other.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't matter who was your favorite.
We were waiting in line, and we actually got inside, and funny story, I have a phone case, and it has James Maslow on it, which is his bandmate that was in Big Time Rush. Now, James Maslow has always been my go-to guy, my number one. In my bio, in my senior yearbook, that I was going to marry James Maslow. So
Like, it was real. It was a real deal.
it was real. But anyways, the moral of that was we were waiting in line, and we got close, and Gabby had to take pictures on my phone. So
Okay, so I was first, and like obviously I was like low key freaking out. On the inside, I was like, wow, like he's real. He's a beautiful human being. I
Beautiful.
am shook beyond belief. Like, bless this day, bless his parents,
bless
bless
his dimps, bless his eyes, bless everything about
Literally-
Kendall Schmidt, everything.
literally. So I like walk up, and I'm just like complimenting him like beyond belief. Like, your dimples, your smile, like your face, like everything about you is just perfect. And so her phone case is James, as you see, and he like sees it, and he goes, is that James? And I'm like, yep, it's her phone case. Like, obviously I was gonna call her out because she would be like freaking out, like she was already freaking out.
So
And he was like, no way. So we brought it closer, and after we took like the pictures, and he signed it for her, and he was like, I don't want to ruin the case. I don't want to sign on his face.
I was like, just do it, Kendall.
Just do it. Like, it's
And
not
he
like
was
the
like-
signature was actually
Oh,
like
yeah.
from him. It was just already printed on the
And he
thing.
goes, but his face is so beautiful. I go, just sign the damn thing.
Literally. And so yeah, I was like telling Kendall about like my medical history, and he was like, you can tell me anything. You don't have to be afraid to say anything. He's like, I like
Right.
told him my story, and he was like, here, this is my last guitar pick that I have, so it's for you. And I was like,
It was cute.
so cute.
It was-
We could talk for however long you want. And I was like, because usually it's like cut short and dry, and like that's it. Like, you get a couple words in and sail it. Like, you never
But that's
see
what
him
I
again.
liked about Kendall, is that he gave every single person the amount of time that they wanted to.
Literally.
And nobody rushed anybody.
Mm-hmm.
It was very,
It was so sweet, and Dustin was listening right too, and he was just like smiling. He was adorable, little nugget.
or it wasn't rushed at all, and that's what I enjoyed. And
I wish
know,
I knew Dustin more too,
too.
so that it was like I could
Wasn't
talk to
as
him as much.
awkward.
Yeah, I felt bad because it wasn't like I was trying to favor Kendall, but I knew Kendall more than I knew Dustin.
But after Gabby went, I ended up going, and he was already giving me shit about my phone case. I told him that I looked for his online, which I did. Listen, honey, like, I promise you, don't take it personally. So he, like, laughed, and I hugged him, and I handed him my note. And I said, I've been waiting, 7 years to be able to give you this note. And he hugged me, and he was like, well, now's your chance. And I just wanted to cry right there because he just meant so much to me. And the fact that he was just smiling and listening, everything I had to say.
He's a great hugger,
He's
like phenomenal,
fabulous.
so good.
And it's like, exactly. And we just, like, talked for a little bit, and I told him that was everything that I couldn't say to him. And then we were going to take the picture, and I was feeling a little gutsy, I guess you could say. So I asked him if we could do a prom pose, and I don't know how those words came out of my mouth, but they did. So we turned to take the picture. I had my arms around Dustin. Kendall had his arms around me. And let me tell you, he put his arms around my waist and I was, oh, hell no! So he goes, Dustin's your prommie in your mind. But he said in your mind into my ear. And I was like, I'm not good. I'm not good. Someone needs to call Life Alert because I've fallen and I can't get up. But I was dying. And I just told him, you know, I was so thankful for everything he did, and like thank you for everything. And I told him I loved him. He told me he loved me too, and we hugged and we kind of said our goodbyes. And I went to get my phone, and I had the entire thing on video. So
shout outs to you guys for being the bomb. Freaking calm.
Yes. So that was great. The whole time it was great. After it happened, it was great. And showtime now. After we were done squealing like little freaking pigs.
We were like front row and we refused to move, and our friends were like there to promote themselves and we refused to move.
Zach Lander and Patsy Cut, we love you,
but we were not moving.
No.
3D and
it was
This Is All Now.
This Is All Now.
Both so good, like crazy.
3D,
that band
3D, they were like 13 and they were super good, like super
singing
good.
and dancing, like
oh
what?
Yeah, it was really good. And
This Is All Now, all of them are
fine. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
Literally so good.
So,
plus their music's freaking good too.
Yeah, it was really nice.
And then Kendall came on and we were like ready, super excited, and then it just happened right in front of us.
And
bring guitar picks into the
crowd. I got Dustin's actually. But during the show Kendall had said something related to one of his songs.
It was a pun.
Joke. Yeah. So I was like, nice pun, not thinking he'd hear it. He goes into his microphone and goes, hey, thanks, I like to be punny. Then proceeds to know exactly who said it and looked right at me, and I was like...
Literally. I feel like he was staring at us like the whole show. Like
he was, I feel, low-key. It was very... Not a lot of people went to the show. That's why it was so...
laid back and like chill.
Yeah, because not a lot of people went, which I'm, more for us. But, yeah.
There was still a good turnout, though. There was really actually a lot.
So the show had happened...
no, it's not like his music's like hectic, so it was like that's why it was like so laid back. So there could have been like 100 people, but his music's like super mellow, so you like wouldn't really know.
Yeah. So after the show, we decided to wait outside because the way the venue is in the back
is where they keep like the buses.
Is where they keep the buses or the Sprinter vans. So we were just waiting there. If Kendall was going to come out, he's going to come out. So we waited there for about 45 minutes, I would say.
Maybe a little less.
Maybe a little less, maybe 30 to 45 minutes, and he ended up coming outside.
Remind you, people were saying, he's not coming out, like, don't even bother.
That's what I don't like, have faith. Have faith. And a lot
like,
of people
because you never fucking know. You don't.
And, so he ended up coming out, he was taking pictures with people, and
but it was, like, super quick, obviously.
Well, because he had to go, because he had a show in Jersey the next day, and he wasn't staying in Boston, he was going right from Boston to Jersey. So, she took a picture with this girl, one girl that we had met. Her name is Nikki. I remember her name.
Yeah.
And she had been following the tour with the other girls. I know the other one.
They were super cool.
They were super chill, and they were super nice, super sweet. And she gave Kendall the phone to take the picture, and he was like, let Daddy, and he's like, oh, fuck, I probably shouldn't have said Daddy out loud.
Literally called himself Daddy.
And then he was like, let Daddy Kendall take the picture for you. And I looked.
We're over here like, are you kidding me? Did he just actually say that?
I had looked at one of, over in his direction, and one of his tour people that he was with looked at me and started laughing because I was like, shit, bitch. You just referred to yourself as Daddy. I don't got to do it for you. You did it for yourself.
It's going to make it okay for us to call everyone Daddy.
Oh, yeah. Acceptable. So, we ended up getting pictures with him, a selfie, and I was like, bye, Kendall. Thank you so much. You mean so much to me. And he was like, thank you so much for coming. I love you so much. And then Gabby got hers, and it was honestly, it was a day.
It was great. It was perfect.
It was really good. I couldn't have asked for a better day, and
couldn't have imagined it any better too.
No. And I'm really glad that Gabby got to do it with me because she has.
I know it would have been so sad if I had missed it, to be honest.
And she has equal love for Big Time Rush like I do, so she was the perfect person to go with. So that kind of concludes our story on meeting Kendall. I hope you guys liked it. If you like it, give it a thumbs up and a rate, and maybe subscribe, and maybe write a comment down
Down
underneath.
below.
So thank you, and
See you later.